If you're someone who's been looking for a way to display your lightsabers at home, I've got the perfect solution for you, so stick around. This is going to be a very cool video. So what you guys are looking at here in front of me are two custom-made display pieces for your lightsabers, and practically any saber out there can fit onto these. So whether you own a Disney saber, a baselit / RGB, a Neopixel, whatever the case is, it will more than likely fit onto these. I've had my hands on these for a little over a couple of weeks now, going on to 3 weeks, and I'm super impressed. There's not a single complaint I have. It is also broad daylight, and I've also got 4 studio lights in the back behind the camera, helping light this up even more, and you can still see these are illuminated very well. I have some cool display stands here and there throughout my room, but I don't really have anything on this level. This is really awesome. I'm so serious. You can find these on Etsy, made by LEDBFG by Chris, based inside of Florida, and he actually has more than just what I'm showing off in this video. There is a plethora of options to choose from, but what I'll be showing you is the remote color change version, which is my favorite of the two that I have here today, and also the Neopixel animation version, which is just as good as the remote color change. I just prefer the other one a little bit. Now, I can't speak on how it'll be for everyone who orders these, but personally for me, these came within a week's time. It was incredibly fast. You will also receive some extra pieces to connect at the top of the stands for sabers that have a deeper blade depth. That way your hilt doesn't take up the entire length of the display blade. And of course, you'll also get a set of instructions, which is always helpful to have. So if you take a look here, we've got 2 of each size piece. We've got the big ones, we've got the medium, and the small. And you've got 2 of each, so really comes in clutch for whatever type of saber you have. You can kind of mix and match these and get it to fit right on here. We've also got these black pieces here on the ends, and those are for those of you who own a Disney saber. So don't be like me and have your retention screws sticking inside the hilt. You need to make sure they're all pulled back enough to where it can slide right on there. Look at that. That is so cool. I will also be testing each different type of saber hilt to make sure they fit onto these stands securely, just for anyone out there who may have a curved saber, crossguard, or a single blade, or whatever the case may be. As of right now, the only sabers that cannot fit onto these stands are any sabers that take a 7/8 inch diameter blade or smaller. You need to have a saber that has a 1 inch diameter hole or bigger. I don't know how well the camera is picking up the colors, but I will tell you in person, they do look very nice, just the same as any standard Neopixel blade. And I really enjoy that this one has the standard Canon like movie flicker effect into it. That's probably my favorite one. Now on the left side over here in purple, we've got the Neopixel version, and on the right side over here in green, we've got the RGB version. The only thing I'm really preferring about the Neopixel version over here are these silver buttons that you see here. I really like the way it feels when you click it. You can see here, cycling through the colors. These buttons are just very satisfying and they're nice to use. And I don't know if it's just the ones that I happen to receive, but it definitely seems like the RGB version over here is brighter than the Neopixel version. At least with some of the colors. Over here, the Neopixel version in white seems to be brighter than the RGB. Blue seems to be better on the Neopixel version as well. The red is a really close call, but I'm gonna give it to the RGB version by just that much. And for the green, the RGB version definitely takes it. I don't know why the green is so much better on this one, but it is. And I do, of course, have these on the max brightness for each. You've got the lowest 1, 2, 3, 4, and same goes for the RGB version. We've got the brightness setting. We're gonna turn it all the way down. Looks like that, and all the way back up. Now you will see up here at the top for both of these versions, you've got maybe ½ an inch or so of space that's not fully illuminated. But I really don't care myself just because your hilt's gonna be right there, so it really doesn't matter. Let's take a closer look at the Neopixel version first. We've got a kill switch or a power switch right there. Super satisfying to click that, I don't know why. But this one right here is your brightness, and you've got 5 levels to it. The second button right here in the middle is for your modes, for all your Neopixel fancy effects, like your blade styles and whatnot. So we've got a flicker, a slight Canon flicker. We've got sort of this, I don't know what you would call that. We've got a rainbow version right here. My camera can't really focus, but you can sort of see it. And the last button is just the colors. Cycling through all of these. The white looks really good. And the yellow. There's a port that you plug in the back right here for the power. And you can also remove the bottom, and all you're going to really reveal are these magnets, which are super strong, by the way. This would never come off unless you actually pull it off. And on the bottom, we've got some adhesive if you're wanting it to stay in a certain spot. I'm probably going to leave these on here like this because I don't plan on leaving it in one spot, but it is nice to have that. To test out the strength of the magnets on the bottom, I actually put this on the front of my fridge, and it held up very nicely until I put a saber on it. Then it started having some trouble. It might have stayed up fully with the adhesive on the bottom, but I'm not removing that adhesive, so we'll never know. Now over here on the RGB version, that's what I'm just going to keep calling it, you've also got a power switch or a kill switch. Super satisfying as well. Now we don't have the 3 gray buttons on this because we've got the remote. We've also got the same plug-in in the backside and the same adhesive strips and the same magnets on the bottom. This one has some really cool effects. Not only do I think it's maybe a little bit brighter on some of the colors, but I prefer the effects that come out of this one compared to this. Not that this one is bad, that's not what I'm saying, I love both, but I'm just leaning a little bit towards this. The S Plus and the S Minus will actually slow down your effect, so I'm going to make this the fastest it can go, and you're going to see this rapidly increase. Maybe you have to push it. There it goes. It's going much faster now. Slow it down. You can see that the animation is going much slower. There it goes. And let's go all the way back up to the fastest. So it's very versatile.